Welcome to English Corner, Level 1, Lesson 8, entitled Fruits. In this lesson, the goal of the lesson is to familiarize the students with this new fruit vocabulary. So far as grammar goes, there's very little new grammar that has been introduced, but it's kind of a time for the students to catch up with the grammar and review old grammatical structures. So you want to ask questions that include how many, do you like, what is or what are those?
Welcome to English Corner, Level 1, Lesson 8, entitled Fruits. Before we get into our lesson today, we're going to start the class with a warm-up for the students. So before the students arrived, I went ahead and drew some simple pictures on the board. And I kind of drew a little answer key for them just in case they weren't sure what I had drawn. But as the students arrive, invite them to draw one item on the board as well. But it can be something small, and they can draw multiples of that one item, but it should be something very simple and something they know the word for. And then you can add it on to your list here. Once all the students have arrived and your board is full of little pictures like this, have the students sit down and ask them some questions about this. So you can start by asking, how many are there? So how many hearts are there? How many hearts are there? How many hearts are there?
7, 8.
Which is it, 7 or 8? 1 heart, 2 hearts, 3 hearts, 4 hearts, 5 hearts, 6 hearts, 7 hearts, 8 hearts. There are 8 hearts. How many blue hearts are there?
1.
There is 1 blue heart. Can you say that? There is 1 blue heart.
There is 1 blue heart.
Very good. How many red hearts are there?
There are 7 red hearts.
There are 7 red hearts. Very good. How many girls are there?
4.
How many books are there?
1, 2.
Very good. So, there are 2 books.
There are 2 books.
Okay. How many flowers are there?
3 flowers.
Can you say it in a sentence?
There are 3 flowers.
Very good. And how many blue flowers are there?
There is 1 blue flower.
Very good. All of this is mine. Okay? I have all of this. This is mine. Okay? So, how many chairs do I have?
You have 1 chair.
That's right, I have 1 chair. All of this is actually Julie's now. It's Julie's. Okay? How many hearts does Julie have?
Julie has 8 hearts.
Very good. Julie has 8 hearts. Can you repeat after me? Julie has 8 hearts.
Julie has 8 hearts.
Very good job. So keep on asking questions like this. Hopefully you have even more objects on your board that you can use with your students. And this is a great way to introduce or reintroduce vocabulary words from past lessons, but also a way to focus in on the grammar. You can make sure that you have just one of several items. That way they can answer in the singular with is. And then you can have multiple items so that students can answer with are. Then you can also change ownership of the items on the board so they can use have versus have. Have versus has. So by doing this, it will help the students to remember the past vocabulary words. After you finished, you're ready to move on to section A. And we'll go ahead and erase our board. from our warm-up. And for section A, go ahead and just go over the conversations with the students. So, Lacey, you are Mayan, and Julie, you are Frankie. Okay? Can you read for Mayan, Lacey?
What are these?
And Frankie?
Those are rambutan.
And then Frankie says in the second picture, picture number 2, Frankie.
Are those mangoes?
And then Keith, I'm Keith. No, they aren't. They're mangosteens. Okay. So we have this and that. This and that. You remember? This, that. Right? But this is for one. One item. One item. So if it's one apple, you say this apple. Or you could say that apple. Okay? But if it's 2 or more, you say these. So we have these apples are blue. I don't like blue apples. Okay? And then for that, we have, for 2 or more, we say those. So on this side, we'll draw some ugly hearts. Okay? So, those are hearts. Okay? Those. Can you repeat those?
Those.
Very good. And these.
These.
These apples.
These apples.
This apple.
This apple.
So, this, one apple. And that, one apple. Right? How many hearts are here?
3.
3 hearts. So, we say those hearts and these apples. Right? So this, these, that, those. Let's play a game, okay? I say this, you stand. And you say these, okay? So I say this, and you go these. This, these, okay? I say that, me, I say that, you say those. Okay? So it's like this. I say this, these, that, those. Okay? Can you do? So, these, those. Ready? This,
These.
that,
Those.
this,
These.
this,
These.
that,
Those.
that.
Those.
Okay, very good. So play that with your students for a little while because it'll help to get their mind associated. This and these go together, and that and those go together. Now we'll go ahead and move on to section B, which is the vocabulary corner. First, just introduce the fruit. So, number 1 is apples. Apples.
Apples.
Apples, mango. Mango.
Mango.
Apples, mango, grapes. Grapes.
Grapes. Grapes.
Apples, mango, grapes, orange. Orange. Very good. Apples, mango, grapes, orange, papaya. Papaya.
Papaya.
Apples, mango, grapes, orange, papaya, bananas.
Banana.
Apple, mango, grapes, orange, papaya, bananas, rambutan.
Banana.
Can you say them all with me? Ready? Apples, mango, grapes, orange, papaya, bananas, rambutan, jackfruit.
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 Very good. Apples, mango, grapes, orange, papaya, bananas, rambutan, jackfruit, mangosteens. Mangosteens.
Mangosteens.
Very good. Apples, mango, grapes, orange, papaya, bananas, rambutan, jackfruit, mangosteens, and coconut.
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 Coconut. Can you say it?
Coconut.
Very good. Very good. And the last word. Apples, mango, grapes, orange, papaya, bananas, rambutan, jackfruit, mangosteen, coconut, durian. Durian.
Durian.
Okay, now I want to hear you say them all. Ready, set. Who can say it the fastest?
Apple, banana, mango, grapes, orange. Papaya, bananas, rambutan, jackfruit, mangosteens, coconut, durian.
Okay, very good. Very good. So, let's use our new words. These, those, this and that. Okay? So, the first picture. How many apples are there?
4 apples.
4 apples. So we can say these apples. These apples. Now take your book. Put your book over there. Those apples.
Those apples.
Okay, next. Do I say this mango or these mango?
This.
Why? One mango. This mango. Now put your book over there.
That mango.
That mango. Very good. Grapes. Grapes. This or these?
These.
These. Very good. So keep practicing all of these with the students. And then the final thing before you move on, you want to explain the difference between a vowel and a consonant. So take a look at this. Okay, these are vowels. Vowels. A, e, o, u. Okay? Vowels. So I can say a mango is one mango. I have a mango. But orange starts with a vowel. I cannot, no, I have a orange, cannot. Okay, you cannot say that. Say, I have an orange. Can you repeat? I have an orange.
I have an orange.
Do you see a fruit that starts with a vowel? Do you see? Apple. Very good. So if you have one apple, can I say, I have a apple? Good? Bad. You have to say, I have an apple. Very good. So now we want to take our Pictionary books and we'll open up to pages 10 and 11. There, we'll have the students look at the pages and then just ask them questions about the different fruits. So, how many fruits do you see? How many fruits are there? Give the students a couple of minutes to count up all the fruits. And then there's some fruits on here that they may not know the name of, so you can ask them, what fruit do you like? Encourage them to find words that are important to their own person, so that they can build their own vocabulary list for things that they'll use more often. For instance, if they never eat rambutan, they'll probably never say that word and really have no use for it, but they love strawberries. So be sure to allow the students to choose words that are very important to them and explain them as a group. Then you can play a game. So as a teacher, you mention one of the fruit items that's either on the left or the right side of the page, or the left or the right side of the book. So after you mention the fruit, the students have to look, and if it's on the left side, they have to raise their left hand, and if it's on the right side, they have to raise their right hand. So this will help them to associate the words and the pictures a little bit faster. And you want to get it to where as soon as you say orange, they already have that picture in their mind. So play this, and then once the students get really good at it, you can go ahead and move on to the next activity. Now we'll go ahead and move on to section C. Ask and say corner. Go ahead and play the recording for the students, and then after the first time, play the recording a second time. The second time, have the students speak along with the recording. Finally, break the class up in half. Have one half play the part of Jean and the other half play the part of Maya. Then, as they're talking, be sure to circulate through the kids to make sure that they're really pronouncing all the words correctly. If, for instance, a student is pronouncing it incorrectly, you can always go in there and just repeat the phrase and have the student repeat after you, and just keep going back and forth until the student gets it right or understandable. It's not the goal shouldn't be to completely remove all of their accent, but it should make it to where their words are very easily understood. Then for activity D, split the students into groups of 2 or 3, and then have the students have conversations regarding the 3 fruits pictured, and they could use the questions that are on that page to help their conversation run smoothly. Now we're ready to go into section E, practice corner. Go ahead and have the students work by themselves on answering the questions in the conversation. It'll probably take 5 to 10 minutes. After the students have answered all the questions in complete sentences, then you can come back together as a class and go over the conversation together. So, as the teacher, I will ask the questions, okay? I will ask the questions and you answer. So the first, how many green fruits does he have?
He has 3 green fruits.
What are they?
They're durians and an apple.
How many yellow fruits does he have?
He has 10 yellow fruits.
Oh, okay, 10? Yep, I think so. What are they?
Banana, mango, lemon.
Lemon? Oh, okay, we'll take that. I was thinking they're oranges, but they're yellow, so difficult. How many red fruits does he have? What are they?
3 red fruits.
And what are they?
Apple,
Rambutan.
What was that, Julie?
Rambutan.
Ah, very good. What fruit do you like to eat? And you, Lacey?
I like
Apple.
Apple. Oh, very good. Very good. I like your answers. Very good job. Now at this point, you can go ahead and invite up 2 students and have them act out this conversation for the class. The point is getting to hear it and getting to say these sentences as much as possible. If you have a lot of time left at the end of the class, you can ask the students to cut out their own fruits and make their own fruit basket, and they can stand in front of the class, and you can ask the students that are still sitting down about the fruit basket of the student that's standing at the front of the class. So you can do the similar thing, but a little bit more interactive version if you still have a lot of time. But that concludes Lesson 8 in English Corner Level 1. Thank you.